Good evening, folks. Welcome to another edition of Evony Analysis. I don't have an official fucking show. All right. I feel like, fuck, I'm in school. I'm going through calculus class here. For those that don't know the backstory, this is the latest in Continent 6 All-Stars. Shout out to my friend B-Mav from the Sky Alliance from 1858. I played on that alliance for about a year, and the main contribution that I made was I taught them how to read battle reports, and then these Continent 6 servers have had to learn so much shit so fast, like a crash course, and now they're teaching. I'm on server 1222, and they're teaching me how to play Evony. That's the dynamic. That's the score. Anyway, okay, real quick, for those that don't know how to read a battle report, because that's the title of this, I just got my first official review, and dude, your voice sucks. I fell asleep in the first 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to talk like somebody from the streets. I'm not going to talk like somebody who gives a shit about whether somebody gets mad about what I have to say, or, you know, the international audience, all that politically correct bullshit. All right, so right here is a key that tells you what everything says. If you look at everything within the blue line, that character means survive, that character means killing, that icon means killed, that icon means wounded, that fucking whatever you call that thing means deserter, and that fucking whatever you call that thing means holy troop palace soul. I got the words wrong. Okay. Now, let's erase that and go down to... Oh, I've got to discard this. Okay. Now, every single layer, the first thing that it does right here is it shows you the generals used in this attack. A level 48. This is one of the best ground attack general pair in the game. Lorenzo Medici and Niccolo Piccinino, offered in a quarterly event in Evony. And then, for those of you who know what that is, some of you don't, I'm speaking to a large audience. Worldwide audience. Okay, goddamn it. I'm from fucking Texas, son of a bitch. Okay. Alright. Now, go down here, and now you have every troop layer has these keys in it. Now, remember, I just showed you, if you wondered what the fuck I'm talking about, I just showed you right here, this little cartoon character next to survive, that means how many troops survived. The cross swords thing, that means killing. I'm talking about this right here. Okay, and then how many of your shit was killed right here. The little mirror gravestone looking thing, what is that? How many of your shit went in the hospital? You know, that little thing right there, whatever the fuck that is. And then, okay, those two horns is how many deserted, so you can get them out of your holy palace. Okay, that's what happened. That's what the fuck happened in the battle report. Okay, I'm not going to give a shit about cussing. This is me, goddammit. Okay, right here, layer by layer. So you see, in the top layer, we have the T-15 ground troop layer. It is just a layer. This, oh, damn it, I didn't mean to. I'm not the most computer literate. I work with oil field machines and trucks. Okay, that is a layer. That one square rectangle thing right there is a layer. Okay, that is a layer. Okay. So for that layer, this right here is how many troops survived. How do I know that? Because let's go back to the fucking beginning. Okay. This is how many troops survived. You know, that little guy right there. Right there. That means survived. Because it says it right next to right there. See, survived. See that word, survived. Okay. So, We are at the T-15 ground troop layer. T-15 ground troop. Okay. So right here we see that 100, I forgot my place values, 1,997,351 troops survived right there. They killed 73, okay, I don't have precision instruments for this. Let's make it bigger. They killed, that ground troop layer killed, take it off the goddamn eraser, that ground troop layer killed 73,840,000 troops. That ground troop layer lost 425,000. That is a win on that layer. Let me make that readable. Okay, that is a win on that layer. Like Ric Flair, woo! Fucking, Stone Cold. That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said that layer kicked ass. Okay. So, all right. So now you've got all of these layers all the way down to the bottom that tell you what each individual player, he didn't even send all of his layers. He only sent down to T3. You go all the way down to T1. Okay. All right. But that is this player right here. Just their layer. Okay. Now we go to the next player. I have no clue who that is. So let's see what the report tells us about this player. Oh, holy shit. They have level 49 generals. Do you have level 49 Monarch level or level 49 generals? No, me neither. Okay, do you have this Gap Chung Gong? Okay. Gao Changong. Okay. My Chinese sucks. Do you have that? Do you have a level 49 Maria Carolina? Okay. How do you get those generals? Go through that search. Now, oh, holy shit, T-16 ground troops. Look at those kills. Because remember, again, well, hold on. We don't have to. Go back to the beginning. Killing. This is how much of your shit killed enemy troops. So, name a QSI, whoever she is. Okay. Awesome fucking ground march. It's an American. I guess I could say the word fucking her presence. Okay. 74.4 million kills. Less than 1 million losses. That is a win. Woo! Okay. So, ye fucking ha. Alright, so you go all the way down. And, alright, to the bottom layer, and you could see where you won. Alright, that is the basic way you can read a battle report. Now, from here, you can see that there were, that's 4 and 4, because I can read a square, that's 16 players in the rally. Okay. The defender had 8 players in reinforcements. Okay. So to gauge this, you go to attacker. See that? And the down arrow. This arrow right here. Alright. Okay. So you go to attacker, hit the down arrow. You see how many players were in the rally. You go to defender, see how the top buttons, attacker, defender, attacker, defender, attacker, defender, see how they're turning white or beige, or maybe I'm colorblind. Okay. There is 8 players in the reinforcements. Okay. Let's count them. 2 down, 4 across is 8. Got to read blocks to do this shit fast because it comes at you fast. Alright, so this is the player that was hit. Iconic. Right here, he has a level 49, Takenaka and Zhuyu. They've spent some money. You have those generals. If you don't, you haven't spent any money. That's a very simple thing in Evony. Alright, so we are looking at least a K-45 because they have T-16 troops. See the layers? Okay, they've opened up T-16 Siege and T-16 Range. Not a bad order to open those troops up in. So you cannot open T-16 troops till you are a K-45. Well, not a fact that did them much good, however, because... how do I get out of that shit? Alright, let's try it again. Alright. Come on. You ain't this fucking dumb. Okay. The T-16 range troop layer killed 3 million troops. Lost 8 million. Let me tell you why that's a loss later. T-16 siege machine layer killed 700,000 troops. Lost 8.2 million troops. That is a loss. Oh! Okay, so let's go into why all of this is important. Event center, competition, server war, get scores. This is same for kill event. This is same for battlefield. You go down to... okay. Right here. Kill 1 enemy server level 16 troop. 80 points apiece. Kill 1... wrong screen. Kill a T7 troop, 19 points apiece. More points gained by killing the bigger troops. That's my whole fucking point. Okay, so let's go back to here and whatever. This is like a damn calculus class. Okay, so they win the attack. Okay, and here is the defender. And they lose 8.2 million T-16 troops and 8 million T-16 troops. That is 16 times whatever the fuck that number was that I just forgot. They lost 21 million T-15 troops. Not as much as a T-16 troop, but still more than a T-1 troop. Loss. Okay. So those are your basic details about how to read this and what the fuck to do. All right, now, please, somebody from 1222 help me go through... let's just look through this. Oh, my God. Okay, we're just picking this out of the air. All right. This guy is a K-44 right here. This guy is a K-44. 21.6 billion, K-44. This player here, 115 billion. Okay, they've opened up T-16 troops. So let's go in here to look at. I've already told you. Okay, this general right here Only available in one event, level 50, fully maxed out everything. This is oil money. Okay? Something like that. I mean, in Texas, I'm considering it's oil or tech money, something like that. All right. And before I go, let's point out T16. Use the right icon, you dumb motherfucker. Okay. T16 troops. So at least a K45. It's probably a K49. How do I know that? From... We can know what we do not know. This is the void. Okay. I know from troops marched and rally capacity. We're looking at a 158 million troop rally. Definitely a K49, at least a K49. I don't know how many K50s are on Evony. You can look that up. Go do it. You're better than I am at it. Okay, let's look at... did I just get the permission statement? Okay, I just got the permission statement. I was making the... I knew he was going to say, yeah, this guy is so helpful. Mav has been, like, top 5 most helpful people in Evony that I've ever met. He's kept constant contact with me. When he was very young and didn't know how to play, I come from an older server and teach him how to build a battle report and read a battle report and build a T1 trap. And then I was on Windows 95 Evony, and these newer servers, they had to learn so much, so fast. And he's on AI, VR level graphics so good that you can fake video evidence, and most southern courts can't tell the difference. So that's the level of Evony they're on. So us older servers got to reach out to them. Math, thank you, dude. All right, here's your video. So let's go look at math. All right, look at coordinates. Okay, this is the guy we're talking about. This is the... Look at these two big pimping fools right here. Mav, 32.6 billion, K44, gone Corleone, 34.2 billion, K46. Shout out to everybody. Ohayo gozaimasu. Okay, there's onegaishimasu. Okay, there's what else would I say in Japanese? There's look at all that. Okay, very, very well developed, all of them. I'm trying to teach a 1222 server, so how do I get it back to that screen? Let's go back in here since I've already made a video on... Okay, I've already made a video on him. Let's go back in here to PvP reports, and okay. So what does this mean for somebody that doesn't have a bunch of money or can't spend a bunch of money on video game? Okay, here is, and shout out to Alex Denton from server 1966, who wasn't afraid to keep hitting so we could get a K37 on a 4-year-old server. Wings. All right, so you add these numbers up. This number here, this number here, this number here. I'm not looking for an Uber. Okay, this is a win for the defender. Okay, win. If you don't want to lose a battle, you need to rack up a lot of wins. Okay. So let's go in here. Now, oh, son of a bitch, I haven't even talked about this. So this is a K37 getting hit with, again, 5,243 range buff and, 3,000 plus HP. That's how difficult those troops are to kill. And he is packing a 1417. Wow. Highway in my hometown. 14-17% range buff, debuff. Okay. Let me show you what happens here. I'm just going to go all the way down because a K-37 is not going to have a lot except right here. Here comes 2.4 million kills. And again, you get points by what you kill. From a T1 trap with 254 million plus 5 million T1s, T2s. Okay. All of that is gone. Can't take a second hit. All right. So you can go down layer by layer is my point. No matter how big your keep is, no matter how small your keep is. You can tell whether you lost, whether you fucked up, whether you did something good. Okay. Now, let's go into what the big, bad, well, money coiner keep sent. Okay, I'm making the video, so what'd you have in there? Not the right shit. I've got level 46 buffed reinforcement generals. Difficult to get. Spend a little money. I say little by today's standards. Who knows what that means? And I win here. I kill 623,000. I lose 57,000. Okay. So, now, let's go into, again. Okay. Level 46. Hard to get generals. Okay. And we have a loss of 1.29 million T-15s. Good. Okay, so you think about this by how you structure your... These reports tell you how to structure your defense. They tell you how to structure your attack marches, everything. So if you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments because there's so much shit to discuss here. My whole point was to try to educate everybody about how to read this right here and go and see what it says here per layer. Did you win or did you lose? This layer lost. A K-37 dealt. This big corner, big bat. Alex didn't put his keep together better than I can. So no disrespect to the guy, but on that particular layer, our K-37 with a lot of re-ins lost. Dealt Alex Denton a loss. And, well, we know this because Z dropped bubble again, and Alex Denton and a few other big players on that server would not hit. Why? Because they're smart. Okay, they already know. So, things you got to consider in Evony. Fuck, there's so much. How long have I been doing this? 23 minutes. Y'all are tired of listening to me talk. All right, let me shut this down. And thank you, Alex Denton, for not being scared to hit and getting our guy wings. Okay, thank you, Mav from 1858, for allowing me to make this short video. I'll make another one later, particularly tailored to you.